let's compute the share price of three different firms, A, B, and C. The table here shows information for these firms. Earnings per share next year will be $10 for all firms. We assume that these firms are equally risky and for that reason have the same cost of equity. Let's assume this cost of equity is 10%. Firms are going to differ in their investment policy. Firm A does not reinvest, that is, its retention ratio is 0. Firms B and C, however, invest 40% of their earnings. The difference between Firm B and C is that Firm C has a higher reinvestment rate of return. It can invest at 15% while Firm B can only do so at 10%. Let's first find the price of Firm A using the Gordon growth model. We need the dividend in year 1, the cost of equity, and the dividend growth rate. The cost of equity is given and it's 10%. The dividend next period will be $10 per share since Firm A pays 100% of its earnings as dividends. Finally, according to the model we have just learned, the dividend growth rate is the product of the retention ratio and the reinvestment rate of return. Since the retention ratio is 0 for Firm A, so will the growth rate. When we plug these inputs into the Gordon growth formula, we obtain that the price of Firm A is $100 per share. Now, let's compute the price of Firm C. The cost of equity is 10%. Now, Firm C retains 40% of its earnings and pays out the remaining 60%. The dividend in year 1 is 60% of the earnings per share, or 60% of 10, that is $6. Finally, the dividend growth rate is given by the product of the retention ratio of 40% and the reinvestment rate of return of 15%, that is 6%. Plugging these numbers into the Gordon growth formula leads to a price of $150.